Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you have to check out the fastest rising podcast in all of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. If you're looking for pay-per-view predictions, if you're looking for pay-per-view reviews, if you're looking for interviews, check out the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast.
Crash and Burn!
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode without Jason on the Crash and Burn Wrestling Pod. You see all of us, and some of us, but we are just getting ready for this episode. Tonight we are reviewing right after SmackDown here, and that is Extreme Rules 2012. Please welcome my co-host, one of the owners of this podcast. One of the owners of Moshcast, one of the most important people on the group. Wrestling is everything. He is the hate savior professional. My good friend Josh Danger.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode. My setup looks kind of different. Looks very, very weird, to be honest. But guess what? I am here live for the Crash and Burn podcast. So yeah, I got Rampage on in the background. And stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to do Extreme Rules 2012. Definitely one of my favorite pay-per-views from the past. So yeah, let's bring in the other members and get this underway.
All right, next up, I want to welcome, you see this guy with one of the most amazing attendance this year. Definitely a good friend of mine, and that is Lucas.
Yes, I have come here on this Crash and Burn. It's pretty late right now. I've just got finishing out my girl. I look like a fucking cockatoo because I fucking hair, because she likes to mess my hair. Yes, it looks crazy, it looks all that shit, but yeah, I'm excited to do this episode. Again, good Josh, one of my favorite pay-per-views of 2012, in my opinion. Cut the call matches, we'll get in that in just a moment. There's one I do not agree with, but yeah, let's get into it.
All right, the final person I want to bring out, he has a fan up in his ceiling in the background. That is Mr. AJ Angelo.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Crash and fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast. And today, we're going to be reviewing Extreme Rules 2012. And yeah, this pay-per-view I never watched, but I'm hoping that it should be a good pay-per-view. But
Maybe
I did watch the John
thoughts on
Cena and Brock Lesnar match. I did watch that. But I don't know. But anyways, let's review it. Yeah.
All right. As I will tell as I tell the timekeeper to ring the bell here as we get ready to roll down the card.
Let's do it.
Ring the
bell.
bell.
Let's get this card underway. First match I'm going to get underway is the pre-show, and that is Santino Marella defeated The Miz. All right, for me personally, if anyone didn't know, Santino Marella was actually a former United States champion. I feel like, in my opinion, The Miz should have actually won that match. I mean, Santino had a forgettable. How long was his reign? Like 6 months, and then he dropped it to Cesaro. And literally, Miz beat Santino like a week after that, but it was a non-title match, like a beat the clock challenge or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not much to say about that, but AJ, you want to go?
Yeah, this match was bad. I mean, this was the time that Miz was a face. Santino. Wait, what is a face at the time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, this match could have been better. I mean, Santino, he's an okay wrestler. He is a good talent, but just his bookings were not right. So Miz, face run, God, that was awful. But anyways, the match pretty much it was an average match.
And then just to inform about Santino, Santino's been one of the greatest comedy gimmicks in WWE history, with the Cobra and shit. Like, Santino had a great babyface run in, like, the PG era and shit. But fun fact, Santino actually trains one of our alumni guests, which is Amy Crimson, who was a former behind the ring guest on the Crash and Burn interview series Behind the Ring, and even Santino was her sensei, and Santino actually owns a wrestling school up in Canada, which is the Battle Arts Academy. So check that out. But Josh, what are your thoughts on this match?
I thought this was a great way to get the crowd hyped up for the show. Like I always say that for pre-show matches. They're the matches, are the kind of matches that get you hyped up for the show and all that stuff. I just thought it was a basic match. I actually liked Santino Marella back when I was a kid. I thought he was the most funniest character as a babyface. I think his babyface run got him over a lot, so yeah, that match was great to start off the show.
How was it getting the crowd over? The match was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Lucas, go?
Yeah, he got him hyped for like 5 minutes and then it fucking ended.
He got him money.
All right, now we're gonna roll to the main card here. Randy Orton defeated Kane in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Oh, I
For
remember that.
me,
Oh
I
my
actually
god.
enjoyed this rivalry after WrestleMania. Like, I do remember, like, on the SmackDown Blast in the past episode, and, like, Kane attacked Cowboy Bob Orton backstage and then attacked Randy right afterwards. I believe, a couple weeks later on Raw, Randy Orton got revenge and by attacking Paul Bearer, and, like, Kane's like, I don't give a damn what you do to Paul Bearer! And then that led to them fighting at Extreme Rules. So, I mean, they brawled through the ring. You know, the crowd was losing their shit when they were fighting through the crowd. I mean, literally, I just got home from a birthday party. Literally, that was literally what happened once I walked in on TV. Like, them brawling through that crowd. And then, literally, Randy Orton aimed the drop kick onto the hard concrete stage onto Kane, which kind of impressed me. But then they got in a fight backstage, and literally, what the best part was is when Kane, I believe it was Kane throwing Randy in there, and then it was literally one of the back spots where the superstars hang out. Literally, I heard everyone just screaming out there, and then literally, surprisingly, Zack Ryder gets his revenge on Kane as well because Kane chokeslammed Zack Ryder through the stage earlier that year. So, and then Zack Ryder tries to help Randy Orton out, and then Kane and Randy Orton get back into the ring. And then that led to Randy Orton scoring the victory after a reversible RKO. So, Lucas, you want to go?
Yeah. So I do remember this rivalry as a kid. I definitely remember the 2012 Kane run. Honestly, they could have been way better. Honestly, they
should have had the feud longer.
No, I think overall, like for 2012 Kane when he came out with the match, like you did well to John Cena rivalry, even though John Cena should not won.
He got his ass kicked.
Now John Cena should get his ass kicked. But anyways, I feel like 2012 Kane honestly not really deserved, but he honestly deserved to be booked better around that time. So I mean, it is what it is. But the match though was really good. I ain't gonna lie. I really enjoyed this match. Not my favorite match off the card just yet because I got two other matches that are above that. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Mr. Assassin.
What match are we talking about?
Randy Orton defeating Kane in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
That was a good match. That was one of my favorite matches on the main card. I always loving Randy Orton as a kid. Kane was one of my favorites at that time because when he came back with that new mask, that was just really awesome to see Kane going back to the mask version of himself. But yeah, Randy Orton and Kane definitely had a great match. This was a better match than at WrestleMania the following year later. So that being said, I enjoyed it, to be honest.
All right, the person who's looking up in the ceiling, go.
My God, this match was good. I mean, what a way to start up the main show. Great match. Yeah, and I really loved this rivalry too. I have to agree with that, Wyatt.
The match actually felt quick for some reason. Not gonna lie.
Really?
That match really felt quick. But a match that was quick, that only was for 4 minutes. Brodus Clay with Cameron Hornswoggle and Naomi defeated Dolph Ziggler with Jack Swagger and Vicky Guerrero.
What?
For me personally, I remember when Brodus Clay debuted his new character with the most famous character he had out of all characters, which was the Funkasaurus. So I remember Brodus Clay was on a hot winning streak. I believe he made like 23 wins, 25 wins until he lost to the Big Show on Raw one episode. And Yeah, I mean that match. I mean Brodus Clay. I mean, yeah, I do remember. God, what was I about to say? Like, and yeah, if anyone didn't know, Jack Swagger, I believe, was in a suit that night managing for Ziggler. And I mean,
Oh,
I kind of wish that match was like at least, I don't know, 30 seconds. For some reason, but I mean, Brodus Clay was gonna get that win because he was on that hot winning streak. But I mean, for me, I think he's been doing better in NWA as Tyrus.
Oh
But
yeah.
Impact was
Yeah.
well, being part with EC3 and all. But not much to say. But AJ, you want to go?
Yes. This match was good. I mean, yeah, Brodus Clay was like Wyatt said, he was on a hot streak, and then like ever since he turned heel and all that stuff, he kind of lost his momentum and pretty
Yep.
much let him go, and became like, and he also recently became the NWA National Television Championship. Correct me
Yep.
if I'm wrong. Yeah,
You're not wrong.
he became that champion recently on NWA. Good for him. Also, yeah, but this match was good, man.
And
Dolph Ziggler, I don't know, man. That was like, I don't know, that was in his prime, man. But damn, they really buried him here. To be honest.
I mean, I don't know how they buried him because Ziggler and Swagger had like the title shot for the next pay-per-view.
Oh.
I hate that tag team.
But something I'm gonna add to that, some funny thing I gotta tell you all. Brodus Clay's last match in WWE was against Neville in a squash match, and he won.
What?
Are you serious?
Oh my
Bruh,
god.
I'm dead.
Lucas, you want to go?
I'm how do I to say about this? I really don't care. Like bro, I saw him right before 2012 in May, and this is when he's on his winning streak, like squashing people, and I really liked him. But ever since like probably his heel turn, just kind of changed my opinion about him. Let's just say his face wasn't very his hair on, and honestly, Ziggler and Swagger, that tag team just got on my fucking nerves, and it still fucking does. So I must say, I can give two shits about it.
Josh.
Yeah, I remember that match being a squash. I like Brodus Clay when he had that character when he was starting to become something. Then I remember, he turned heel, and then that character just died away, and then Brodus Clay left, became Tyrus, and then, won the NWA title just recently, did some work in Impact. I mean, I like the tons of funk, that tag team, but guess what?
That tag team never worked.
It never, exactly.
Where did
Never worked.
tag team go? Fucking nowhere.
That tag team, those are tag teams that never felt like dreams.
Right? But yeah,
But
it was a squash.
all right, the next match I'm gonna go over another match that was 4 minutes, and that was Cody Rhodes defeating Big Show in a tables match.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh
I hated
my
that match.
god.
Oh god.
One of the most disappointing wins that night. I'm going to tell you, Big Show should have won that match. That should have been a quick one where Big Show could have at least put Cody through at least like 2 tables or something. And Big Show had his reign was fucked after that match. I mean, Big Show should have held that Intercontinental title longer, in my honest opinion. Like, that was last minute what the stipulation was going to be, because during the pre-show, I remember Eve and John Laurinaitis talking to them both and like told Teddy, spin the wheel and see what match we're going to have. What did it end up being? A tables match. So what happens? Literally during the match, when Big Show gets back on the ropes, Cody hits him with a disaster kick. Big Show slips and has one of his feet land on the table, and the table goes through. And then literally after the match, of course, Big Show gets his anger unleashed and puts Cody through 2 tables. One in the ring and one outside the ring. And then I remember Michael Cole saying in the commentary booth, saying, man, he should be fined or he should be suspended.
Was that when Michael Cole was doing like the whole coal miner thing?
Yeah.
That was the year before, I think. But AJ, you want to go?
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of bold, but I did not expect Cody to get the upset, to be honest. But I guess Big Show, however, the Jericho and all that stuff. Yeah, that was the time that Big Show was fucked up. I mean, he was Intercontinental Champion for crying out loud. He kind of had a forgettable reign. Damn. That was the most disappointing match of the night. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Josh.
So we're talking about
Big Show.
Oh,
Cody
Big
Rhodes defeating the Big Show in a tables match.
very disappointing. I thought Big Show should have won, like you said.
Mm-hmm. And Lucas.
Bullshit. Straight up bullshit. That's all I gotta say.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to say, Lucas?
Not really. Just the ending was fucking stupid.
Horrendous.
All right, the next match was actually one of the best matches throughout the entire night. Sheamus defeating Daniel Bryan in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yes!
That was a great
That was actually
match.
a very decent rivalry, in my opinion, with Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. I do remember, like, Daniel Bryan, after he dumped AJ, after making it her fault that he lost in 18 seconds. And I do remember on their rivalry, I remember when Sheamus had a match with Alberto Del Rio. And then Del Rio handed Sheamus a chair to get him to self-disqualified, and then the referee disqualified Sheamus. And then Sheamus bro kicks the referee. John Laurinaitis says, "I'm gonna fine you $500,000 for bro kicking an official." Which
Oh
the
my
official
God.
deserved that, by the way, 'cause Sheamus got fucked.
Spirit of people power.
That is
And
bullshit.
also to continue to that, I do remember and then John Laurinaitis telling Sheamus, if you put your hands on another official, you will be suspended and stripped off the title. So what happened? Sheamus went against Mark Henry on an episode of Raw and having Daniel Bryan as the special guest referee of that match.
What the hell?
And Daniel Bryan literally let Mark Henry win, of course. And I believe, and I'm gonna tell you, that was actually a decent 2 out of 3 falls match. I do remember Daniel Bryan. Sheamus won the first fall by getting disqualified, by Daniel Bryan getting disqualified. Daniel Bryan won the second fall by putting Sheamus in the yes lock, and Sheamus just passing out. I do remember Daniel Bryan just yesing to the fans while the EMTs were checking on Sheamus because Sheamus might have passed out. And then I remember Sheamus coming back with a bro kick, and then they continued their match, and then Sheamus, of course, made the return. Which, for me, right person won. The guy who just put on a headband, go.
Okay, so for me personally, this is one of the better matches of the card. I think, honestly, second match of the night, in my opinion, but this is one of the great TRB Falls matches. I think that Daniel Bryan played a good role in this match. The Shane's on a pretty good role. It was a decent rivalry, even though I do not agree with the 18 seconds bullshit. Well, that was just fucking bullshit. But excuse me, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, I pretty much enjoyed this match overall. Like, I enjoyed the yes lock when Shane's passed out. I enjoyed that. I remember that part. But yeah, I really enjoyed it overall.
If you do remember on Sheamus' entrance that night, Sheamus wore a shirt that said 18 seconds.
Oh my God. Oh, damn.
Just like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
This was
AJ, you want to go?
This was the best match of the night. I am not gonna lie. One of the best matches of the night. Fantastic. Even though John Laurinaitis said, if you put your hands on the official, you're suspended. Like, bro, that's bullshit. But anyways, but thank God Sheamus did not get suspended for that. Anyways, this was a good match.
Josh.
Yeah, I was really a huge fan of Sheamus at that time. Always was though, but I really got bigger on him after his face turn and stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't because when I was a kid, I wasn't like into the heels a lot. When you're a kid, you're like, oh, these guys suck. I want John Cena to win or somebody like that. But yeah, still, I really like Sheamus like that. It was a great match. Daniel Bryan was really, that's when he was starting to get really popular, but I felt like Sheamus, had a great reign as world champion and all that stuff, so it's a good match.
All right, everyone go here.
Yep.
All right. The next match I'm going to reveal here, I'm sure everyone's going to probably at least talk about this for at least 12 seconds, at least 15 seconds. Ryback defeated 2 local competitors. Who remembers?
Okay.
Ryback
Good night.
Before-
Good night.
Before Ryback got his world title match, who remembers when Ryback every single week would just squash 2 people? I remember when he would do a shell shock and lift both guys up. Literally, I do remember on Ryback's first few matches, they had the locker room watch him wrestle. Like, I think they're actually going to put the world title on this guy, but no. Brad Maddox hit him in the nuts, and then CM Punk rolled him over, and Punk fucked over his career. I mean, no, he didn't fuck over his career. Ryback still had it, but what am I saying?
Kalisto
Is there
fucked
something in this spray?
Kalisto fucked his career.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, Kalisto ended his career. Not John Cena. But now with Ryback just squashing 2 jobbers, Josh, you want to go?
Yeah. This is when Ryback was Ryback. You had him as Skip Sheffield in the Nexus to begin his career. Then he's fucking jacked up and becomes his new persona called Ryback. And every week on SmackDown, I used to remember laughing my ass off because he faced 2 local competitors or 1 local competitor every single fucking week. I was like, God damn it, stop booking this shit. I'm like, put Ryback in a title match against real people, god damn it. But like, this is what I remember, like, about Ryback, like how he started. He started off facing local competitors. He started off facing 1 jobber from 1 promotion after the next, and then he began to get matches against CM Punk, John Cena, fucking
The Shield.
Exactly.
Daniel Bryan.
I liked Ryback, and he
Yeah.
could have been used better, like every other talent that got released. But it was
Ryback's even ended careers before. He ended Tyler Rex's career before he got released. Which Tyler Rex is a woman now, so
I thought it was John Cena that ended his career.
Kalisto
ended his career. AJ, if you're talking, Lucas, do you want to go?
Don't care. I'm going to sleep now. Don't care.
AJ.
What?
You want to talk about this match?
You want to talk, AJ? You want to talk about your car warranty?
What the hell?
Do you want to talk about
AJ's
your car
muted.
warranty?
By God, he's muted from a far distance.
Nope. I'm still here, but anyways, yeah, that was a waste of time, and yeah, what you said about the Ryback fucking over Tyler Rex's career, that's actually, I don't think that happened. I think John Cena fucked up his career. I mean,
No, he did not.
Oh,
No.
Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins versus Ryback was Tyler Rex's last match.
Before he left. Well,
Yes.
now he left.
Oh, okay, but
Which
anyway,
he's now pronounced as Gabby Tuft, which Tyler Rex is a woman now.
transgender.
That's her.
Anyways,
All right,
but
now this will be a match we can review that Lucas can be awake to, and that is CM Punk defeating Chris Jericho in a Chicago street fight.
Yes, this is the one I'm for too.
All right. Now, for me personally, I really enjoyed this storyline. I mean, it was vice versa as Punk is the heel and Hardy's babyface in 2009 about the straight edge guy being heel when it was Punk and Hardy's rivalry. But 3 years later, it's vice versa. Jericho the heel and Punk the babyface. I do remember in this rivalry, Jericho saying, "Your father is an alcoholic. Your sister has problems." And I do remember
Yes, I
family
remember
being
this.
ringside. And I remember an episode of Raw in the UK, I believe, Jericho had a glass bottle of whiskey saying to Punk, "You better drink it up," and wax it right on the back of his head. Pouring alcohol week after week, talking about Punk being drinking or shit, saying that Punk drank in a locker room. Punk was at a bar, which no, and then Teddy Long and a cop were like in a ring about to see if Punk was really drunk or not. Then Punk pretended, and Jericho's like, "I'm telling y'all, he's drunk. That man is drunk." And then Punk fakes it out, and then he actually proves that he's straight edge. And I mean, that match was definitely one of the best matches that night. I mean, tied with the main event. But I do remember Punk's family being at ringside, and then Punk's sister slapping Jericho in the face. Punk gives a dive to Jericho through the announce table. I mean, they were really told their story, and I mean, Punk was the right guy to win here, and you did get to see a chair and a kendo stick and some other good stuff. And I do remember them both being in their street clothes, and Punk had a shirt that said drug free on the back. It said poison free. And Punk had a deserving hometown victory. So let's see. AJ.
And this match was brutal. This was a great street fight. It was definitely brutal, to be honest with you. Man, it was absolutely brutal. These guys killed it, and yeah, I would love to see this rivalry in AEW one day, like, because they're both on the same promotion now. Like, they can do that. Like, maybe do a rivalry, perhaps. Maybe put the last rivalry of Jericho and Punk. Never know.
We better make it quick because Jericho's AEW contract expires the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh.
Definitely one of the best matches of the night. I love CM Punk when he became the cult of personality best in the world. It's crazy now how the both of them are now working for AEW, and it's crazy. Like, this was one of the best feuds I've ever seen between two of my favorites of all time. The thing was, personally for me, I enjoyed having Punk as a babyface and a heel, but when I was a kid and he was a heel at the time, I hated him with so many guts. Like, because Jeff Hardy was my CM Punk.
Oh yeah.
But then when he dropped the pipe bomb and was, I like John Cena around the time where were trying to make Punk the new John Cena at that time, where they were gonna have him as the champion. But when he dropped the pipe bomb and was stating facts, like people showing up to the airport to get shit autographed and sell it on eBay because they're lazy to get a real job, which Punk is right about that, because that's what people do nowadays. But yeah, that was a great match. Jericho's definitely one of the best promo talkers in wrestling, still to this day. In AEW now, he still got it. But it was like a match where two guys both claim they're the best in the world, claim who's the real one. And if you're looking to claim the real best in the world, it's kind of tough. But I'm going to keep it like this. Great match, great storytelling. Yeah, so that was it. That's it for me. Ready for the next match? Oh, Lucas, go.
I should have almost fell asleep.
CM Punk defeating Chris Jericho in a street fight.
Yes, I do remember this one. So, for me, I enjoyed the rivalry, even though Jericho did slip on that whiskey incident. But we're not gonna talk about that. But this rivalry is very good. I think honestly that might be the best rivalry of 2012, in my opinion. And honestly, the match was really good. I think this is my match of the night, to be honest. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Love to you guys right there. Jericho running that time, I hate him all my guts, and I'll agree with Josh here. With CM Punk, when he had that rivalry with Rey Mysterio in 2010, I fucking hated CM Punk. Like I hate him in my guts. I hate him what he's trying to do to Ray, trying to rip his mask off around that time. Like for real, I hated it. But over time, I got used to it, and I was like, you know what, I like this guy. So,
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Like, we all hated Punk in 2012, not in 2012, 2009 to 2010. We all did.
Lucas, you can hang there. There's only 2 matches we've got left.
Yeah.
This one should go pretty quick. Layla defeated Nikki Bella to become the new Divas champion.
God, I remember this. Oh,
that
God.
match was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh.
I do remember when Nikki Bella unexpectedly took the belt off Beth Phoenix because Beth Phoenix got a concussion during that match. That led, at least for her, to only have the title for like at least a week or two. And then Layla made a surprise return after like a year absence or something. And then literally once Layla has the title until Hell in a Cell later that year. And I remember like following that, Layla had a triple threat match with the Bellas, which the match was only 10 seconds, and then the Bellas got fired later that night.
Yep.
So the guy with the glasses, go.
All right. So for me, oh God, I remember this return. I remember in 2011, 2012, I hated Way Cool. Hated Way Well My Passion. But when she came back, she went better. I think I don't know. She lost to Michelle Cool in Extreme Rules, and she came back a year later. I don't know what the point of that was, but it was shocking nonetheless. And honestly, don't care much about it. Don't. Yeah, move on.
Josh.
I'm gonna pass. Boring fucking match.
AJ.
Yeah, this was a boring match. Terrible match. I hated it. And why the fuck did Layla drop the title to the Bellas? Because, I mean, Nikki is good in the ring. But Brie? God damn. I don't know. But they're good in the ring, but just, oh my god. This was the time that women's wrestling were referred to divas, which I hated so much. I mean, god damn. Like, when they were referred as divas, that was bad. Like, where they had to expose everything in their bodies and all that shit. God damn it. I'm so glad that era's gone. But but thank God they're referred as women's wrestlers and treated equally in WWE. But anyways, this match sucked, and I hope I never see that match ever again from WWE.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with you on that, AJ. Like when the Diva era around that time where we're supposed to advise and like that. I'm gonna just go on this a little bit because we as men, all of us as men, have some kind of pleasure or whatever with that.
Yeah.
But I think that we should give props to those who, are, paying enough to show the bodies for our pleasure. Like, it's something to do because you're doing that for the fans. But I feel bad. Look what they did to fucking Trish Stratus with Vince, that Vince storyline, whatever like that, or I just didn't like it. Like, wait, if I'm gonna be honest, if there are wrestlers in WWE, treat them equally. Make the woman like the younger woman, like I'm gonna put Rye for example. Shout out to Rye, by the way. Give her the perfect example. And not go in that diva era. Show what actually women's wrestling is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm glad we off that air now. Even though honestly, the women's wrestling now, like in WWE in general, like just in general, it's just not been good production wise. But yeah, moving on.
All right. Main event time, the match we've all been waiting for to review. That is John Cena defeating Brock Lesnar in an Extreme Rules match.
I
God.
got things to say.
Now, okay, I'm gonna go on this one.
Oh yeah.
All right. For me, I do remember them how it all started. When John Cena had a huge upsetting loss to The Rock at WrestleMania. And I know rumors were getting spreaded around about Brock Lesnar coming back. And of course, Brock Lesnar appeared in the WWE 12 game. And that kind of showed a little tease to it. And then once Brock's music hit Cena on F5. And of course, the build up, I believe Brock Lesnar was kind of John Laurinaitis' bitch before Heyman came back. And I do remember during an episode of Raw, Brock Lesnar punches John Cena through his jaw. And Cena has a bunch of blood coming out of his mouth, and then they go through a fist fight, and then the entire locker room comes out and literally breaks them up. And then here they come at Extreme Rules. In my opinion, Brock Lesnar should have won that match. I love Cena to death, but Cena was the wrong person to win that match. I mean, literally, when the first part of the match, you literally had Cena having trouble getting up and literally had blood coming out of his head right when the match even started. I mean, I thought the match was great. I mean, the match wasn't too bad in my opinion, but I mean, you could have been a little more hardcore to it. You could have been a little more violent with it. Literally, you had a match in the background saying Brock Lesnar can't make it to UFC.
Damn.
Literally, that was right when Brock Lesnar just came from UFC. Or signing with WWE. Which, if Brock Lesnar actually stayed with WWE, if he didn't leave in 2004, Brock Lesnar would have been a true rising star in the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
hell yeah.
Brock Lesnar kicked John Cena's ass throughout the entire night, and then Cena literally ends it with an AA on top of the steel steps. I mean, and I remember the aftermath of that match when John Cena was saying that I need to take a vacation. My wife needs me home. Following night, just kidding. I'll divorce her.
What? Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the match. I mean, I like the match, but there was kind of some bad spots. But
yeah,
two true stars who can main event a show. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go with AJ.
All right.
This match was fantastic. Like, through the beginning and the end of this match was so good. Like, this was the greatest example of hardcore wrestling during the PG era. Like, there was not too much hardcore wrestling. I mean, why? I know you like hardcore wrestling so much, but I think this is a perfect example of hardcore wrestling for the PG era, and that's what they got. Because if they were bringing, like, more stuff, like the or barbed wire stuff, I think that all the TV deals will be canceled by now. But anyways, but this match was fantastic, and I will definitely remember this match.
Shit, I'm actually watching this match right now. John Cena's getting his ass kicked. He got his he got Kimura locked on his ass.
I remember when
Brock's getting ready to whack chain on him.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Actually,
yeah. Let's let Lucas go. If you really want to go, go.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with you on this one. Brock should have won this match. He came back, looking better than ever. Clean ass in the UFC, became a UFC World Champion. Even though he lost the Kane Velasquez and then some other people as well. But we're not against that. But if you're gonna make a comeback, make it strong. And my God, they buried his ass right there in that moment. Even though 2 years later he beat Undertaker, but we're not gonna get into that. But Yeah, I honestly, the match is good, whatever, but wrong person won. You should have given it to Brock. Cena got his ass kicked. Like, his arm was fucking broken because you were in a Kimura lock. And you know how effective that is to your arm.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
Cena,
in a Kimura lock, seriously, for real in a Kimura lock, your arm is going to be snapped one way or the other. So, yeah.
and also I'm gonna tell you, when Cena had his arm broken, he literally got his ass crushed by Lord Tensai.
Oof.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm gonna tell you this. This is not a PG match. This is a TV 14 match, straight up 100%. And Mr. Danker, do you want to go?
Yes, by far my favorite match of the fucking night. I loved everything about it. Yeah, basically Cena was getting his ass kicked by Brock. But, yeah, all I'm gonna say is it was a fantastic match. What a main event that was. I loved it.
All right. Now, we're gonna get to the rankings. For me, I'm gonna give this pay-per-view, I say, a 9 out of 10. Josh.
For me, it's gonna be a 9 out of 10 as well.
AJ.
This pay-per-view, I would give it a solid 9.5.
Lucas.
Give me an 8.5.
8.5. All right, y'all. That marks today's For Crash and Burn Wrestling podcast. Yes, you don't see Jason again here today because he went to SmackDown tonight in Madison Square Garden. Please show everyone some love. Subscribe to the channel. Give a like. Give a comment on this video. Subscribe to the other podcast, which is the Moshcast. Support independent wrestling and support independent wrestlers, and also support any wrestling. But also, this is 9/11. Never forgot. The 20 years ago. 20 years ago on this day, our country changed forever. So remember, tomorrow is a very important day for all of us in the country, and know that we are.
And as of this recording right now, it's a Friday.
Mm-hmm. I just saw a message in the Crash and Burn chat. It said Jason will not be present. But again, I give my tribute to all the people who died that day and all people's family members that they have lost that day. But now for our outros, let's say Lucas end it off. I mean, no, Lucas go, not end it off.
And end it off, or I always
No, Lucas go. Just do your outro.
Your outro. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the episode of Crash and Burn. I'm not gonna get into a strategy today because I'm fucking tired. Girlfriend will me out. It's like, ask her, it's like having the phone all day. She can just wear your battery out sometimes. But again, 9/11 is coming out here as a recording tomorrow. Definitely not a forgettable day for us Americans as well. And honestly, as the man who recently just know the details and then with that, whoever is still scarred or whatever by this, just know we're still here with you and we are praying for you no matter what. We all love you guys. And hopefully all the people that died are up in heaven right now, working on their loved ones. And that's all I gotta say. All of you out there, just honestly keep yourself safe and
absolutely
keep yourself safe and do what's best for you and don't put yourself into danger because there's people out there that's going to trick you about going to
do shit. So, I mean, just be careful out there in this world because we, honestly, in this world has honestly gone to shit. It's simple.
Court.
Josh.
Alright, guys. Thank you guys for watching the fastest rising podcast in professional wrestling, the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed Extreme Rules 2012 review. Comment down below what you guys thought of this pay-per-view if you guys watched it when you were a child. Yes, we'd like to honor this episode to the people who have lost their lives in 9/11. My mom's friend was sadly in that tragedy, so her family had a friend that was lost in that tragedy. So it's gonna be a sad day tomorrow as of this recording. As of right now, the time is 11:03. By the time this recording ends, it will be probably midnight after this recording, but follow everyone on their socials, follow everybody's content outside of the podcast world. Definitely check out AJ's content on Instagram and Julian's Heavy Metal Joker content as well. Definitely check out my YouTube channel and Twitch as well. So be sure, don't forget to do that. Be sure to subscribe, like, share this with all your friends. We want to reach a goal. We want to get some more subscribers. Spam the likes on this video. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. The Assassin's out.
AJ, end it off.
Thank you for watching the fastest rising podcast of all professional wrestling, the Crash and Fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast. And I really appreciate you guys watching this episode today. And go check out my IGTV content, Rock with AJ. I will be posting a new episode this week. I just recently posted Rise Against Nowhere Generation. Check that out. And also, I also officially launched a wrestling account recently. .aj.wrestling. Yeah, you can give me a follow there also. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the Crash and Fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast, and I'll see you all next time. The Last Warrior is out.
Okay, y'all. You have a great rest of your day. And that's it for today's episode. Bye.
Sugar.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
Crash and burn!